While Congress is back in session with lots to do and little time to do it, lawmakers are in a 3-week sprint to pass a major defense bill. They also want to make progress on other spending bills before leaving for a 5-week August recess. The stakes are high, and it won't be easy. Capitol Hill correspondent Erik Rosales joins us now with the latest. Erik.
Well, good evening, Tracy. Yeah, the clock is ticking. Congress only has 11 in-session days left to finish a number of items. Among them is an $886 billion Defense Authorization Act. That's likely to be a fight over the DOD's abortion policy in that. That has to do with travel expenses for military personnel for abortions. Senator Tommy Tuberville says that he is going to continue to block more than 260 military promotions as long as the policy remains in place.
I'm not changing for a voting committee or possibility that Schumer might put it on the floor, or possibility that if it did pass, that the president wouldn't sign it. I mean, it makes no sense. So we're going to keep the holds on.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wrote a Dear Colleague letter outlining his priorities for the Senate's next 3 weeks, stressing the need for bipartisanship, writing, quote, "In the upcoming work period, we must build on this success. Passing these bills will not be easy, and we will depend on cooperation of our Republican colleagues to get any of them done."
Senator Schumer mentioned his desire to move forward on bills relating to drug pricing, fentanyl, permitting reform, rail safety, marijuana banking, China competition, artificial intelligence, and a number of other topics in the next 3 weeks.
Republican Senator John Cornyn says the majority leader's wish list is just that.
But it's only wishful thinking to believe that in the United States Senate you're going to be able to get all of these necessary items addressed in the next 10 working days.
But freshman Republican Congressman Corey Mills tells me he'll stay as long as it takes.
Whether it takes us 11 days, 20 days, 50 days, or wherever the case may be, we're here at the behest of the American people. So I'm not worried about how many days it takes. I want it to be right, I want it to be physically responsible, and I want it to have constitutionality.
House Republicans hope to pass the defense authorization bill later this week. A record 1,500 amendments have been filed, and lawmakers tell me that they are making progress on other spending bills, which is crucial to avoid a government shutdown, which is set to happen on October 1st. Tracy?
Well, Erik, I also know that senators held a hearing about the PGA Tour merging with Saudi Arabia's backed Live Golf today. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, it was PGA Tour CEO Ron Price and a PGA board member actually testified before senators about the merger, which is still being negotiated, according to them. Lawmakers say that they really want to find out what made the PGA Tour actually make a 180, first speaking against LIV and now merging with it. So the LIV Series, as we know, is backed by the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, known as PIV or PIV, and critics have accused it of being the vehicle for the country to improve its reputation as it faces criticism of its human rights abuses.
It's more than about sports. It's about the hypocrisy involved in that sudden reversal. It's about the future of sports in America and about the potential for a repressive regime, in effect, taking charge of American institutions, other businesses, and other sports.
Wouldn't it be a good thing if the Saudis modernize, if they offer more rights to women, and if their involvement in sports helps accomplish that? I mean, is that a good or a bad thing? So we need to stop looking at the world in black and white. We have to recognize the reality of the situation.
But it is important to note that family members who lost relatives during the September 11th attacks attended the hearing and tell EWTN News Nightly that the U.S. should not be negotiating with the Saudi government until they recognize that Saudi nationals helped fund the terrorist group al-Qaeda. Now, after the attack, the Saudi king issued a statement of innocence denying any involvement, despite 15 of the 19 hijackers on that day were Saudi nationals.
The reality is that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is trying to distract the American public, the American people, and the American government for its role that it played in facilitating and supporting the 9/11 hijackers. Until the kingdom is held accountable, until they admit responsibility, they should not be allowed to engage with the United States on any platform.
And those who lost family members during September 11 tell me that they are going to continue to fight this deal, and they are going to continue to let lawmakers know their disapproval of this merger from that dreadful day back on September 11th. Now, I did speak with Senator Richard Blumenthal, who did tell me that Congress has a number of tools at its disposal despite producing legislation, but they could also block the deal due to antitrust issues. So it's going to be very interesting to see what type of manner or what type of statement Congress is going to make.